we're going to look at tonight's homework, and we're going to do it the long method way. So you need to write this down. So take out a sheet of paper and let's write it down. So this is a repeat lesson for page 421. We're going to do the long method, and we're going to do the evens. But we only have to do the long method on a few here. And this is for an introduction to tomorrow's lesson. So please write this down. So have some paper out to write it down. Okay, what I'd like you to do is write the problem down. Now, what goes in front of the b squared? What's the coefficient on b squared? BB. What is the coefficient? No, that's the exponent. What's the coefficient? What number is out in front of b squared theta? A 1. Okay, so put a 1 in front of there. And normally we don't put a 1 in front of there. We're just doing it for demonstration purposes. And we're recording this to help people out. Okay, so now let's look at this one. What a great group of students. Okay, so what you do is this. You're going to multiply the first and last number. The number out in front of the square and the last number. So I'm going to multiply 1 times -3. Okay, so 1 times -3. We're going to multiply those two together and we get -3. Now what I'm going to do is put that into a T-chart. Okay, the multiplication addition chart, and put the middle number here, just like we did yesterday. We're doing the same thing. We're looking at the last number. Because the first number is 1, we look at the last number as -3. So I need multiples of -3 that add up to -2. We did this last night. So what times what is -3 and at the same time add up to -2? And yes, Micah? Good. -3 and 1. That's right. Okay. That adds up to that. Okay, so now, so like last night's homework, you're going to use those two numbers. So now this is how we use the numbers. Please watch. 1, we rewrite the original question, 1b squared. Now instead of the middle number, which is -2b, we're going to put in -3x and 1x. So -3x plus 1x minus 2. I'm sorry, not -2, -3, my bad. -3. Oh, and I used x's instead of b's, my bad. Okay, so this should be, I apologize, these should be b's. These should be b. Okay, so -3b plus 1b minus 3. Now, if you look at this right here, -3b and 1b add up to -2b. So I just took the -2b and I turned it into -3b plus 1b. Because I figured it out from the chart that it adds up to -2. Okay. This is an easy question because you're going to do the long method on. You're going to get the same answer. Okay, now we got to use our skills from last week's quiz. So this is called factored by grouping. We have two groups here, group 1 and group 2. Okay, factored by grouping. So if we look at the first group, group 1, look at group 1. What can we take out of b squared and 3b? The same thing out of each one. Yes, we can take a b out. Very good. What's left behind here? What's left behind here if I take 1b out? Okay, a b. And what's left out behind here? No. I took the b out, just -3. Okay. What can I take out of this one here to get it to look like b minus 3? This is a little bit difficult. Well, that's not difficult, but I could take out a 1. I'm going to take a 1 out. And what's left inside? b minus 3. Okay. No, we just take a dividing by 1. We're dividing by 1, not so dividing by 1. Okay, now your answer is going to be two binomials. One of the binomials is the one that's repeating, so that would be b minus 3. The other binomial would be what's left over, b plus 1 is the other binomial. Okay, now, you could have done that way back at the beginning with the t-chart because there's a 1 out front, we can do the short method and our answer is right here. We go right to the answer. But tomorrow it's not going to be so easy. I'm trying to show you how to do the long method on an easy problem. Any questions? We'll do one more. So we're going to look at number 10 and do 10 the long method. And I want you to try and do it on your own, the long method. So we're going to do the same thing. Put a 1 in front. We're going to multiply the 1 times the 7, and I'll let you work from there. Okay, let's do this one the long way. So we're going to multiply 1 times 7, and we get 7. Then you make a t-chart out of it and put the middle number in there. This is just like last night's homework. So now I want to know a number that, or two numbers that multiply to equal 7 and add up to -8, and that's going to be -1 times -7. Okay, so this is last night's homework. At this point on this question, this is your answer, x minus 1, x minus 7. But I want to show you the long method to do this. Okay, that's your answer. You go right to answer with these types of questions. But let's use the long method here. Okay, so this equals -8. So the next step is to rewrite. So this is first is to multiply, then do your chart. So multiply first, then do your chart. Next, we're going to rewrite it. So we'll rewrite p squared minus 1p minus 7p plus 7. Yeah, plus 7. Yeah. Okay, now, at this point, you've created two groups, group 1 and group 2. And you're going to factor those two groups. So in group 1, what can come out of both things in group 1? They both have a p, and left behind is p minus 1. In this group, what can come out of both groups? Yes, a 7, but we're going to do -7. No, we're not. We're going to do, yeah, we're going to, I'm sorry, you're going to, yeah, you're going to do -7. Yes, it's better. -7 is better. Okay, so this leaves a p, and -7 divided by, or 7 divided by -7 is what? -1. Okay, now we just do our answer. Okay, now we want to present our answer. So our answer is 2 parentheses. What's repeated? -1 is repeated, so we use that. Okay, then what's left behind? P minus 7, and that matches our answer up here, even though I didn't use p's up here. Okay, so it should have been p. Sorry. Okay, so that's your answer. Now, what you need to do tonight is check these two. So you have to do a check on tonight's homework. So for each question, write check, p minus 7, p minus 1, and do the box method and check these. So p times p is p squared, -7p, -p, plus 7, and I get p squared minus 8p plus 7, and it checks with the original answer. However, my answer is right here. So on tonight's homework, you don't have to use the long method, but you do have to figure out your answer. So at this point right here, you have to figure out your answer. So p minus 1, p minus 7, and you have to do the check down here for tonight's homework. So every question, figure out the answer, and do a check for every question. Any question? So the short method is, look at the last number and make a chart. So you can use the short method when there's a 1 out front. And then put the middle number in the chart next to it. We need two numbers that multiply to equal 12 and add up to 7 at the same time. Now 2 and 6 equal 12, but they don't add up to 7. What numbers multiply to equal 12 and add up to 7? Sarah. 4 times 3 is 12, and at the same time, adds up to 7. So we can go directly to answer. A plus 4, A plus 3. So Natalie, did you get that?
I'm getting it right now.
Okay, and then you're going to do a check on your answer and see if it equals the original question. And you look at it, it does equal the original question. And it checks. But this is my answer right here. The trinomial factor of a squared plus 7a plus 12 equals a plus 4 times a plus 3.